Welcome to the broadcast. This is a source of information on all things related to commercial appliances. Welcome all of you that are new to commercial and those of you well-versed in this industry of ours. Your host is Mike Reed, a technician who has been in the industry for 32 years, with his beginnings working in his family's appliance business based out of the western suburbs of Chicago. Get ready for a truly interactive broadcast. Have all your questions ready and prepare yourself to truly engage with Mike and discuss ideas on all things related to commercial appliances. Without further delay, here is your host.
Well, hello. Welcome to the show. Let me thank you all for being here. There we go. Bring that music in now. Let me see here. Boom, as CGA would say.
Being involved and being active on this YouTube channel. Welcome back.
How good of you to join us.
Untamed Kango, what's happening? How's everything doing down there in Florida? Let me take some of these. This is going to be a quick show. I know I say that often, but I got a house full of sick people. Got a house full of sick people. Let's see here. Oh, and then I don't have my glasses on. Danya. What's happening? The other Mike is Mike Sneed is on. Oh, check him out. All right, let me see. Let's see. Because Mike was on bitching about Mike was on bitching about the doing that water lines and stuff like that for the ice cream truck. I did catch that. Hold on, let me add this other thing on. So this will be quick. All right, let's see. And I'd like to thank all the new people who subscribed out of nowhere, just came and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you. Let's see here. YouTube, ABC boot camp. Let's see what the brother got going on. Yeah, because Mike Sneed normally don't do something right about now.
So is this up to date? Mostly. At my last job, we used this tool.
All right. Yeah, he's live right now, man. What the hell? Talking about his ice cream
product, where they messing up milkshakes.
Yeah, he's on right now.
Because they're not properly trained. And you're going to have to also have more people on staff to overcome the lack of efficiency of people not being trained. So that's what we're doing this week. This week we're actually writing the SOPs.
Yeah, that's what he eat. The brother is going through it because it is a major pain in the ass running an operation. I've seen your comments talking about how hard it is to get employees. Yes, it's extremely difficult to get technicians. And even getting out of the business and getting a food concept going, it's still hard getting people to show up, getting people that want to stay employed. Some people just want to work for a little while and then they disappear, they quit. It's a weird thing that you'll find. Yeah, some people are extremely flaky. So yeah, Mike. So Mike is going through it, but yeah, Robin. All right, brother. I appreciate you for being here. But yeah, Mike is he's doing his own thing. But You are more than welcome to ask your questions. Like I said before, this is going to be a real quick one. Let me copy the link. I'll paste it here for you guys if you want to come up, or if you just want to ask your question, now's your time to do so. This channel is set up and designed for information on where you need to go in order to get trained on the equipment, which companies you can sign up with so that you can get work, which companies are set up to help new people get going, and even which companies are providing service calls for technicians that have a few guys working for them already. Your Dr. Pepper, even calls with Pepsi and things like that. So that's what I do over here on this channel for all you guys that just signed up. Like last week, I was just talking about the rotisserie ovens. And so this woman is putting you guys on her service finder list. She's building out everything. Matter of fact, let's check. Let's see. That was Old Hickory. Let's see what Old Hickory has. Old Hickory Rotisserie, an American company, 70 years old. Let's see here. Let me go to the website. No, damn, this is Old Hickory. All right, Old Hickory Rotisserie. Equipment. Maybe there we go. Now we're doing it. Service. So let's go to service and check us out at NRA. Yep. Oh, service star. Need service. Let's see if anybody else has signed up. Oh, let me make this big so you guys can see. Make that big. Brother Frank, what's happening? Yeah, how to become a billionaire, but it's all on you. It is all up to you. All right, so let's see if anybody has signed up. See if I can see any names that are somewhat different. New York Tech, Norwood Appliance in North Carolina. On the Rock Service. On the Rock Service, that don't sound familiar. So it looks like, no, it don't look like that many of you signed up. One in Baltimore, one in Pittsburgh, Toledo. There I am. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So none of you guys called. I don't see a big change here. I would at least hope to see a couple more dots on this map. Let's see what we got. Yeah, just a 2 over there in Dallas. Yeah, I don't see very many. And with you guys, it's going to be a singular name like myself. It's going to be your last name. Because that's typically what we got. Like this guy in Florida. No, there was always 2 over there by Tampa. Nothing over there. Everybody over there in South Florida screams they ain't got no work. And yet she doesn't have a single service company over that way. So let me see what you guys got. Yeah, I know, man. I've been busy too, brother. I know. Yeah, that's all right. I'll catch you next time you come around. I'll catch you next time you come around. But so none of you guys signed up. with this manufacturer who is actively looking for service providers. She is actively looking for service providers. Not a single person signed up in Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana. None of you signed up with Old Hickory. And as you can see, I got Houston all to myself. Oh, sorry about that. I got Houston all to myself. That's me right there. Well, all right then. All right, keep doing what you've been doing. But there's plenty of opportunity for new people. Plenty of opportunity. The tariff is hitting the industry on this side. Most brands are going up about 14%. They're charging an extra, like Hoshizaki is going up 4%, stuff like that. America. So they've sent out. I've gotten. Let me see here. I think True's going up a little bit. But for most of you guys, you don't really sell you don't sell whole units. Let me see if I can find something. That's from December. Let me just go to Hoshizaki America. So a couple of brands are going up in prices on the entire unit. Oh yeah, and then we got the restaurant show that's in Chicago. That's in Chicago every year. So that's May. And once again, this is not the show for you. I have walked this floor. I used to walk this floor every year when I grew up in Chicago, and then when I went back to Chicago and opened up my store. So it's nice to, you can go and you can talk to people, but as far as getting an account and doing work for them, this is not exactly the show for that. But you will see the product. Let me see here. No, they're not mentioning it on there. They're just sending us emails. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find my apps. What's going on? So is this business passive? In the beginning, it is not passive. It only becomes passive once you get. No part of this business is passive whatsoever. None of it is passive. So the more that I think about it, it's not passive. It starts May 17th. So I usually go when I lived in Chicago. I used to go every year. So it's what I used to do is at the end of the show, they sell all of the like the ones from China and Turkey and all that other stuff. All these guys that come from another country, when they set up their shows, they don't ship the equipment back. They sell it. So that's kind of like a bonus for these people to do the show, is that they make a little extra money selling the equipment, because it costs them more money to ship the equipment back to their country. So you'll end up picking up this equipment. But it only makes sense if you're like in Chicago, Wisconsin, Iowa, Ohio, that kind of stuff. When you're coming from, Philly or Charlotte, California, it doesn't make any sense, because it's going to cost you a lot of money to ship that stuff. But it's a nice show. Everything they have at the show, you can see it online, and you can see everything they have at the show. You see glimpses of it at a show that's going to be close to you, like a pizza show that's going to be in your area, a coffee show that's going to be in your area. A lot of the same stuff is in when they have the builder shows, when they have the bar show, and it's a lot of this stuff. So they rotate all around the country. So there's usually 2 different type of pizza shows, 1 or 2 different type of coffee shows. Oh, they have well, I do at the beginning of the year, I do a show where I tell you every single, oh, you guys can't see me. At the beginning of the year, I do a show where I tell you every single industry show that you need to go to that relates to you. So these other shows that they have, they don't have anyone there that can help you out with becoming part of their service network. They outsource all of this to marketing firms. They have sales teams that are on rotation, so it's never the same sales management company with that show every year. So they'll do a rotation, or they'll do it based on sales and that kind of stuff. So, all right. So the question here says, but this is America. Can you automate any job and get paid for it? Now, what about this, my friend? The problem you have with this business is this. All right. So let me show you. This is the problem you have with this business. Let me go to Young Buck Refrigeration. And then I'll get to your other comment that was there. Let me go to Young Buck Refrigeration, because I've been meaning to. So the problem is this is a business that requires a large number of.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Young Buck Refrigeration. If y'all tune in, I hope y'all consider subscribing.
So fair use. This is Young Buck Refrigeration. So let me give you a little show.
Antique unit. It's for a meat prep room. Apparently, my
all right. Have they been manufacturing ice machines and refrigeration equipment for 40 years? Yes, for 100 years.
Space to be turned down a notch, and he got the sight glass flashing. Now he couldn't see what type of gas was in the unit.
Hold on 1 second.
But he.
Let me answer this. So let me help you out here. The oh damn, can't get myself on here. Let me help you out here. The number, the first appliances were ice boxes. So you used to have, like you had milk delivery, you used to have blocks of ice that were delivered to your home or your restaurant. And that's how they used to keep meats and things cool. So they went from that. They used to have, you used to have these stoves. So we still call them stoves. Technically, they're ranges, but back then they were stoves. So the first appliances were stoves, coal and wood, and then they later went to gas and electric. And then the other appliances were ice boxes, which eventually got turned from a regular block of ice that was in there to ammonia, which, fun fact, we come back to ammonia now. And then eventually they went to, from ammonia, I think they went to R12. And then it went from R12 to 134A. But only thing you can automate is collecting ice machine lease payments. Yeah. Otherwise, it's hands-on equipment. Yes, that's true. It is hands-on equipment. So let me go back to the young brother over here, Young Buck.
He looked at the TSV bulbs and stuff and all the other things, and he said R22 or R12. So we don't know if we got R12 in there or R22. So instead of guessing, we're just going to recover the charge and place 478.
Right. So what he's just explaining is, imagine if you had a vehicle and you don't know if it runs on diesel. You don't know if it runs on biofuel. You don't know if it runs on 87. You don't know if it runs on 93. You don't know if it runs on 100 octane. And so he's just going to take out all of the refrigerant, and then he's going to put in 407A, not even 407C, but 407A.
And then I'm gonna label it and stuff so nobody else don't get confused. Now this store does use like a rare gas. I wouldn't say rare, but kind of hard to get sometimes. So I got a drum of,
and that's the other thing. So because we have equipment that has been
401
that's been around, like he's working on some stuff that's been around for probably about 40 years. So because it's been around for 40 years, he doesn't quite know what it is. He can check the refrigerant, the temperature scale, and get a good idea of what kind of gas it is, but he doesn't even want to mess around with that.
I made videos in the past, washing them out. Made a video to where one of the compressors wouldn't even pump down the size, but it should be fine and all that.
And you see all the different controls there.
Here. I'm cleaning the coil too. When I get to figure out and all that out.
So yeah, go ahead and automate this.
This thing seems better. I'm gonna clean it down and stuff.
So yeah, go ahead and automate this.
There's some snakes.
JRE best fit. JRE best fit. I have no idea what that is. JRE. I have it, Brother Frank. Yeah, so this is the old school rotary compressor. He doesn't know what kind of refrigerant's in there. There's the low pressure switch right there in front. The sight glass right there by the gauge. So it's many women try to automate this business, and they all run into trouble. They all run into problems. Yeah, I know. They they try to outsource and all this other stuff, and it's like, hey, look, you can't just use somebody else to go ahead and look like that. Oh yeah, it's the best labor. Yeah, it pays, because without you doing this work, the unit doesn't. You can't have your $10,000 worth of meat in the deli case. You can't have your $10,000 worth of fish in the case. You know, what if it's a butcher shop? What if it's a place that is doing game meat? They're processing game meat. So you hunt wild boar, and then they're going to process the boar. You hunt deer, and they're going to process the deer. HVACR, what's the word, man? And I'd like to take this time to thank Brother Frank for contributing to the channel like he always does. Thank you, Brother Frank. And then, hold on a second. So check this young brother out, man. He puts his videos out consistently. All right, hold on a second. I want to thank a couple of people.
Most of this stuff is not being used, but if we need to use some parts, we can just borrow it from some other units that's not being used.
I always say thank you to Mike Adams, and then thank you to CD, CEO Jakes. Thank you very much, CEO Jakes, for contributing to the channel.
This is how they used to have it back in the day and stuff. what
I have
seen and stuff,
I have no idea what you're talking about, brother. You're gonna have to explain
I love this type
what you were saying.
working on this type of equipment right here. I love it. It's so very simple.
Well, I try, brother. I try.
All that other crap. But I love this because it's very simple.
Yeah, that's true. Hit the like, share, subscribe.
Modern ones that start to have all these.
But yeah, it's extremely difficult to automate this kind of thing.
Keep it like this. Just have a contact breaker and time clock. Make it good.
Rarely do you come across.
So simple. So simple.
Yeah. So look, in that box, you had a timing delay.
This is MP39. This is for the
You had your defrost timer in there.
Got this old unit right here.
No, I don't know what this is, what you're saying. That's why I'm saying, please explain what you're talking about. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Hey, I need them, though. I need them. I need them because I need that interaction, bruh. Yeah, this brother, he does his thing. He's putting out at least 1 or 2 videos a day.
You've probably heard about Boxable's flagship product, the Casita.
So yeah, you try to automate this kind of thing. No. It's extremely difficult trying to hire somebody. It's extremely difficult to train somebody, and then it's extremely difficult to keep employees. I have no idea what that brother's saying. Dre's bet. Oh, yeah, Dre's best bits. I can keep that brother on here. Yes, sir. Keep doing what you doing, man. Because without you, YouTube says I got no interactions. So keep that coming. Right. So you have to clean these things. I mean, there is just so much work, and it's. I don't even know where the hell he's at. Let me see where the hell he's at. Oh, you know what? It does say it's for a meat unit. Man, I have no idea what that dude's talking about. It don't matter though. He just need to keep it coming. He just need. Look here, man. He need to keep. I don't know why he's gonna get fired in a minute. He better start putting something in the chat. All right, let me speed this up a little bit. So he cleaned it. Now he's gonna put in the 407A.
6 pounds. Some stuff when it gets at 6 pounds. We have 5 pounds and 55 ounces. I'm just go with 6. Right up here.
See, so this is not really something you're gonna automate.
I ain't had to put this motor in.
So yeah, these are some wild situations. So yeah, like I said, hey, one steer is. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you one beef. So a whole beef. All right, whole beef for sale. Oh, let's see here. Farm to table whole beef, because that's what they're doing. They're taking order now. So they have to freeze this stuff. So he's working on a unit that is going to keep this product at temperature. So people pay in advance for like a whole beef, a half a beef, that kind of stuff. So they're paying this stuff in advance. and the ranchers have to they're going to process the beef. There's the hogs, so it's $1,000 for free range hog. They process the hog into all these different different cuts of meats. You get 2 rack of ribs, you get roasts, you get 4 pound of grilling steaks, that kind of stuff. 1 Boston roast. So if you can imagine how many orders are in just one cooler that he's working on, this is something that you have to have. So this is just 1/8 of a steer is $800. 1/8 of a steer. Because I want to show you what a half beef sells for. And I know somebody's going to hit me up in the comment, man, he trying to sell us stuff. No, I'm trying to tell you what this stuff, what our impact is. This is what our impact is. Well, these aren't even it's a lot of this stuff isn't even tight spaces. It's a lot of what we work on. There are very wide open, expansive spaces. But right, he trying to sell us stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Now he's doing his job. I appreciate you for that. No, a lot of stuff is open. It's just where he was, it was a ranch, and that's not in the forefront of their mind of where the coolers are going to be and where the compressors and things are going to be located. And then too, how they take care of it. But you go and you work in some of these grocery stores and butcher shops and whatnot, and they will have everything wide open. Matter of fact, I'll show you right now. Because they're situated in, let me show you one of his other ones. They're situated in their own rooms. And this is just cold side. There's hot side. So here you go right here. After we get through with this little commercial.
All right, guys, I'm gonna be honest.
See? Plenty of room.
I do not know what I'm looking at.
So you go ahead, you automate that.
I do not know what I'm looking
at. Automate that.
To be a cooling tower? The evaporator
right.
Tower?
You get to choose what cuts. They give you a whole order sheet, and you get to choose what kind of cuts you want. If you want if you want a whole steer, half, quarter, 1/8, and then they give you a list of what comes with that. So if you want the front of the steer, if you want the back half of the steer, and then you fill up your freezer, and they'll tell you what size freezer you're gonna need for all that beef.
Wow, man, this is
and as you see, they do the oink oink as well. They do pig as well. What is your number one piece of advice when it comes to working long hours? Don't work long hours. You make mistakes when you work long hours. Working long hours is not for the new people. You can only really work long hours if you know what you're doing. Because for one, you're not going to be able to get a hold of tech support most of the time. If you're working long hours, you don't have access to parts unless you know what you're doing. Right? So if you're working with the same type of equipment over and over again, or you have the parts, then you can work long hours. But if you don't have any parts, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? How long are you going to spend diagnosing a unit? Yeah, so as you can see in this room, he's got plenty of room to work.
I believe we got the pumps right here.
See, everything is open and exposed. He has plenty of room to work. Yeah, you gotta. Well, Brother Frank, as you and I both know, when you're going from place to place, you got plenty of time to take a break. But this is not like truck driving. Once you spend an hour to get somewhere and you're working, you're only going to work so many hours. Who's going to be there to let you into the facility? Who's going to be there to let you in? Who's going to be there to lock up when you're done? Are you working inside or outside? You saw the same young man I'm showing you right now. He was at a location where he was working, where he was exposed to the elements. Now this one, he's completely inside. All those rack compressors. So I do a number of videos where I show you guys how to get the training on these rack compressors. All of them come apart. They're all built so that you can repair them. Yeah, because you're going to get some rest while you're driving.
I see one pump running.
Yeah, you got your contactors. Look at all those components. Look at all those components, man, and just in there, in the box. Like he said, those motor contactors and everything else. If you don't have it, how much longer are you going to be working? If you don't have those switches or any of those contactors, how long are you going to be working? You're not going to be working very long. You're going to be driving back, or you're going to be going home, and then you're going to have to order the parts.
Gas level looking good, so I guess I can check my refrigeration.
I don't deal with this large stuff like Young Buck Refrigeration does. And let me get a link to his thing. When you're actually pulling a vacuum on some of this stuff, it takes quite a while. So as usual, go to Young Buck Refrigeration, subscribe to his channel. He has extremely good videos. He takes you from beginning to end on his service call. He'll take you from sitting in the van, he's getting a call, he drives over to the location, he shows you what he finds, and then he goes over the whole operation. And then he's showing you what he finds, and then you actually see the end of it when he actually fixes the unit.
I got to work on that rack over there. That's the CO2 rack.
Once again, plenty of room to work.
So this is glycol CO2.
CO2.
Pretty interesting.
I'm giving you all the training information for CO2 with Zero Zone. Zero Zone is giving you that training for free.
As y'all can see, this is
So there is a very low barrier to entry. Very low barrier to entry.
I checked both of these, even though I'm working over there. I'm just
all right. While he's talking, yeah, it's plenty of work, man. Plenty of work. Hold on, let me pull up Zero Zone.
Yeah, but anyway, this is the glycol. No wonder why I say heated glycol supply.
So while he's doing that, I'm going to let this video play, and then we're going to flip on over to Zero Zone. So like he said, CO2. Oh, I take it back. So the class is $400. I do have some others that are free. These classes, I believe, are full. So here's your CO2 training with Zero Zone, June 25th through the 26th. You got to go to Wisconsin for this. Wait a minute. So we're going to have to go to. See, there's no spots available. No spots available. So you have to jump on this stuff. When I present this information to you, you have to make your plans. Okay, and it's not in Wisconsin, it's in Minnesota. Not New Mexico, that's Minnesota. Work with CO2 refrigeration. So let me show you the Zero Zone. So here it is right there. There's the same racks. So you can learn how to work on this for as little as $400. $400, where their systems use the 507. There's the 407A that he was talking about. Here's the CO2. And then here's the ammonia I was talking about, where that was the original refrigerant for ice boxes, was ammonia. And then there's still quite a few out there in your Dollar Generals and Family Dollar. That's 134A in different places like that. And then 404 is still out there. So let me go back to him. Let's see what he.
But I got to be over there checking that stuff out.
So let's go on over there where he's at.
Y'all can see we got a lot of ice.
Ice, yeah, I was just about to say.
That's normal for CO2, for what I guess read up and then like see some videos and all that on.
Yeah.
You got this big old thing right here, which I'm pretty sure is what do they call this? Do they call this a vessel or something? They got this big old
Oh, he said, how much do you think this pay? They're typically charging, about $200 an hour.
It's pretty big.
Plus, on top of the $200 an hour, they're already charging the service fee to get out there. They're charging for the drive time. So the entire time when the young man is driving from wherever he's going to there, that time is billed to that company. When he has to leave to go get parts, that time is billed to that company. All of that is billed to them. And then, of course, they're charged for parts and things like that. So it's a hefty bill. He's not at any one of these places for 15 minutes. He's there for hours.
All I know, the CO2.
No, I'm not skipping. I'm right here. Like I said, I'm just showing you who makes this stuff and the training that they provide on this equipment. It is not a high barrier to entry. It is not a high barrier of entry at all. I don't do the rack systems, so judgment. I do what's called self-contained, and I'll show you that in a minute.
But I'm pretty sure it's simple and all that. But like you see, we got CO2 charging port.
Yeah, what Frank said, that's true. Working for yourself, you really don't have to work all that hard. He's right.
I wonder what this is right here.
See, there's so much. Yeah, you go ahead and automate this. Go ahead and automate that. Knock yourself out. And it's extremely loud. He's wearing ear protection.
This is probably confusing because everything's so cramped up.
So they have classes just on the control systems. Then they have classes just on the compressors. Then they have classes just on these valves.
It look like these are the circuits right here.
These are for individual cases. So while he's doing that, he's gonna go to the box in a minute. Hold on. Oh, that's a newer compressor. And all of this is refrigeration.
So this is like our main suction header. Which these are the suction lines right here coming off the compressor. It goes up and over to your condenser evaporators, subcoolers.
Who's my favorites? I have no idea.
Now I need to figure out where this pump at. This Here's our levels right now. So as y'all can see, got 5%, 15,
All right.
25. I think 25. That's where you want it. And then we got 80. Let's say light off equals good. This point here, there, I guess.
So this is the system that he's working on. He's working on a Hill Phoenix unit. So this is what it looks like on the other side. This is the customer side. He's on the back half. Yes, he still has to go out there on that side. So like I said, this is what it looks like in the back. That's what it looks like in the back of the unit. See, there's the CO2 units. Because everybody's going back to CO2. Everything is going to CO2. That is for the foreseeable future. Everything is going to be CO2. Oh, let's see here. Or food retail. So like I said, I do the ones that are self-contained. And somebody was asking how old. This is how old. 1887. 1887. So this is not some newfangled right, what'd he say? He was like, oh, how old is this stuff? 40 years? No, try 1887. Try 1887. That's how old this is. This is not something new. Never mind, I can't find this comment. This ain't something new. This is a very old business. There's your dollar discount stores, drug stores, supermarkets, food service, membership warehouse, your Costco's, Sam's Club. Everything that you see. So there's the display cases, the produce in the back. You've all seen these units. You've all used these units. So this is what it looks like out there in the front where the customers are pushing their carts. Some of you call them trolleys, or they're pushing this stuff around. In the back, it looks like this. This is what's happening in the back. This is the chaos that goes on in the back.
We got one of them going.
Contactor, yeah.
I don't see no break or anything trip.
So he goes over all of this stuff.
I don't see no fuse blowing or anything.
Everything is labeled. Oh, that was 18. That was 1887.
I'm trying to think. Is this the pump right here? Or
That was 1887, though, right? That was 1887.
It's a box right here. I might be wrong.
So you get to see him, go through his whole detective thing. And see, so there's the outdoor unit.
But it's for the CO2 and glycol. So this is the refrigeration side condenser.
So that's what I showed on the other screen, the other tab.
Still ain't making no sense.
So he goes through this whole thing.
From this rack here, we got the inlet over there, and then from that other rack, which is on the other side.
So you get to learn.
Also an inlet, and then you got the outlet, which
yes, they have bridges in 1887. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
Here,
you think this is new? This is not new.
And then this one go back all the way straight down.
Smaller units don't do so well with CO2. The Italians use CO2. I've had to work on CO2 units my whole career, and they
Anyway,
typically
you got your
don't have
pumps
you
that
work on the
circulate
smaller
water and all
units with
that, I
CO2.
believe.
They usually pitch
And I
them.
believe it's like misting over.
They're going to be all
So
R290 because
and I'm pretty sure
CO2
this
is high
is where
pressure
all the
and it's extremely
extra water
difficult
and
to
all
work
that
with.
come out this bottom side.
It
if I'm
takes up
mistaken.
ammonia. Well, yeah, it's
You got your two fans and
difficult to
all
work with this
that.
CO2 on such a small unit. So you're going to be dealing with smaller units, R290.
And then you can see the steam.
We've already been dealing with R290 for over 15
I
years
really thought this was for like
in the United
CO2,
States.
CO2.
They've been dealing with R290 in Europe for the last 30
But
years.
I just observing, just seeing how everything run and stuff. So it's kind of making sense now.
So we're still going to be on.
I want to go up here real quick.
We're still going to be seeing a huge mix of different refrigerants that have low
I don't see that much video, so I'm just
low global warming potential.
All right, guys. So this is the discharge line.
But as far as the big units, you're
That
going to
goes
be
all
seeing
the way
just
down there, and then the other
CO2.
one comes back around. Oh yeah, that's pretty hot right there.
Some CO2, some ammonia when it comes to the big units.
And the other one is right.
See, he's all over this thing.
Which wraps around the building. Just trying to share this and all that. Just trying to show y'all.
Right?
Like I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Look at the size of this thing, man.
All right.
But this is what you deal with when
So
you
I'm
deal
trying
with
to
the
figure out
growth
where the
units.
pump's at. I might be looking at the right location, but this is the CO2 supply lines look like. For sure, supply and return lines.
So yes, this business pays. It's extremely difficult to automate. Oh, what was the dishwasher brand? Was it a oh, what was the brand? Was it a
Refrigeration
Fulgor, a
side.
Fagor,
These all are
Urgazoni, a
insert
Smeg? What was
evaporators,
it?
which is right there. For some reason, this one is switched off. The EEV switch is switched off, but the other ones are
Yeah,
not
Smeg.
on.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I used to sell Smeg dishwashers.
Then we got that big old vessel right here. Which is right here.
It's fun times. Go check him out. Go check him out. He's got.
Primary pump, backup pump.
I'm pretty sure he figured it out. See? So this is the refrigeration side, not the glycol side. So do you see how important what he's doing is? Can you imagine if all those units went down? So now he's on the outside. This thing almost looks like a restaurant depot or something. So now he's got to check each and every case. Smeg. Oh, so that was he wanted to check into some more. Let me see how many other videos he's got.
Anyway, I can't hear it, but it's got, I believe there's water trickling down from there. That's really cool.
So now he's back outside.
Really super cool. So this one, I don't know why it was off, but it was switched off, so I turned it back on. So, but it was for a dairy farm, like a prison dairy farm. But that been like a while ago. This was like when I probably like a first year or two. I mean, I was with somebody though, you know, just being a noob and all that. Still is.
Young Buck, we have these here in Canada.
But this stuff right here,
the CO2 has condensers that are cascaded.
Get familiar on how
So
everything
404
everything seems pretty simple.
condense the CO2. Jesus. So you know,
I take a picture
Oh,
of the
man.
diagram, especially of that
The warm
CO2
fluid
wrap.
is
So
defrost for the glycol
you
case.
got your refrigeration side, which is attached to that.
See, all the other guys in the business, they're all chiming in.
Sub cooler, you can call it a sub cooler.
You should only run one pump at a time.
Whatever you want. And then on the other side, you got your CO2.
See, that's all they talk about is ammonia systems.
Everything's separated for everything and working with each
So,
other and all that.
if you want to work on these, I give you the information on
I can
how
understand
to
it,
find
but
the
then I can
classes.
explain it. Because first of all, I don't want to give no.
All right, let me see how many videos Young Buck got out there. He's got 5,000 subscribers. He has 1,000 videos. He's got 1,500 videos. So check him out. Check him out. You get a good idea of what it's like working on these grocery store units, working in the dollar store, Family Dollar, all that kind of stuff with these units. Tons of units to look at. This was just 5 days ago. All right, let me see.
What's up, guys?
Fair use.
Good morning. So I'm at the store, finished up some ice cream doors. We don't got no airflow on another set of ice cream doors. Look like I see a lot of ice build up on the bottom side. So let's get to it. The other case that's right beside that having icing issues due to me not having flame heaters around, causing air to come in the case. That one city got airflow and all that, but I'm gonna have this circuit in defrost or defrosting, run my hose like I normally do, and I go from there.
All right, let's see here. So, yep, yet again, another rack system. Plenty of room.
Compressors running 1, 2, 3, and 4. Still got to change that one.
What about the appliance side? Any good videos out there? What are you talking about? Residential appliances? Yo, what's happening, brother? Oh, he's going to be going over all this stuff the whole entire time.
It needs the frame heater, as you can see. It's built up and all that.
So he goes over everything.
Accumulate up there.
So that's how it blows that cold air. That blow air, it creates a curtain, an air curtain. And so when it gets frosted up like that, now he's got to take everything out. Yep. So it looks like his fans aren't working.
All right, guys, so we get some more ice cream now. We got some good old home vanilla. The bottom side now, that's like pretty favorite one.
Oh yeah, he's over. I think he's like North Carolina or something like that.
I can see, so I'm gonna have to take this thing apart. Shouldn't be that long, but we want the drain pan heater working. Got ice all around it. I need to get my meter and check, see if I get amped up for this heater. I probably need to strap it down a little bit more. I don't think it's even touching the bottom,
So he goes through all of this. So he had to take everything, put it into the walk-in freezer.
Washed off.
And then he's got the hose. So now he's going to defrost everything. He might as well leave that because it's just going to knock down again. Now there's a drain down there. So all this water that he's running inside the machine, it's going to go into a floor drain. And he's got to do You got to do all that to get all that ice off. All this goes into a floor drain, so it's not like he's got to mop up or
The
anything.
drain kept backing up. Every time I one shot the coil, I would have like a pool of water in here, but it's draining and all that now.
So the drain was probably blocked with something, causing him an issue.
Got the cage pretty much clean compared to what it was before. It was all nasty and all.
And notice you don't see any people there, so I think he's there after hours, after the grocery store is closed.
Make sure I got all the ice off.
So he's still, so yeah, you spend quite a bit of time de-icing these units. So it's not, when you're working on these units, it isn't all about, yeah, he's getting the hose. It's not always about working in the back. So they got some drain issues because it shouldn't be coming out there onto the floor. They got a PVC.
That's gonna be pretty much it. I'm gonna show you how the case temp got better airflow and all that now. The drain pan heater checked fine. That case just kept backing up with water over and over again. I had to use the vacuum to vacuum it out. Had a lot of debris and trash in that case. But it is by that one other ice cream doors that the doors be propped open and stuff. So you got that outside air coming in.
So as you can see, he didn't have to do any work with the compressors. He didn't have to do anything with refrigeration. He didn't have to change any fan motors. He didn't have to do anything with the defrost heaters. It was a blocked drain causing the problem, which is a common thing. That is a very common thing.
All right, guys, it's gonna be pretty much it. That's gonna be pretty much it. Y'all consider subscribing, like the video, share with your friends, family, whoever.
And please do. I put his information. Excuse me. I put his information in the chat. But these are some of the ones he's working on. You know, Phoenix, Zero Zone. It's a Hossmann. There are a whole family of these units out there. It's a whole nother market. Damn it, come on, man. There we go. Nothing wants to open up. They have all it's not locked away. If you need any of the tech information, they got all that stuff over there for you. These are all the units. So you got, let me go to Hossmann Refrigeration. And that is going to be about it for me this evening. Like I said before, I have a whole house full of sick people. Wife is sick, daughter's sick, everybody's sick. So the Hossmann they actually have classes too. You can get them through URI. You can get them directly from Hossmann themselves. You got to get a number of people together. I'm putting together a group to go to FBD in San Antonio. You must sign up for the online training. You must complete all the modules on the online training, so then you can qualify to attend the in-person class with us in San Antonio. But this is Hossmann. So there's a good 30 different brands out there for these, and you can service more than your regular grocery store. There are ethnic grocery stores, your Asian, your African, your butcher shops, people that do processed game meat, all that kind of stuff. Yo, what's going on, man? Yeah, it is satisfying work, man. It is satisfying work. Oh, to the chat. That's my guy. I've been telling him since last year. Yeah, I know. The kid is yeah, he's pretty good, man. He goes through everything. I have about a year and a half ago I've played his videos. For the second account. All right, but that is about it for me. Sorry to make it such a short show. Yeah, Hossman, they do have standalone units. They do, schools, universities, event centers, all that whole nine. They are also going to be an NRA. Everybody's going to be an NRA in Chicago. Everybody's going to be there. Matter of fact, I think they're going to have the, and this has nothing to do with them, but they have with the show, it's just that they have these fully automated merchandisers, these fully automated stores where you go in, you swipe your credit card, you go in, they only one man enter, one man leave, and you pick out whatever you want, and as soon as you leave, the RFID chip in that item registers that you have it, it's not on the shelf, and then they charge your credit card. So we have one of those here in Houston. See, here's the self-contained, so you're not, and it's R290. So not everything is CO2, not everything has to be a rack system. So it's a bottom mount compressor system with R290. So I don't deal with the rack, but I have no problem with dealing with these. Why not have, well, the employees are supposed to. The employees are supposed to remove the product. Yeah, yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I'm kind of sick too, but I was the first one that got sick. Then my daughter, then my wife. Knowledge has no knowledge. All right, why not have the employees remove the product? So the employees are supposed to remove the product, but I believe he was there after the store had already closed. So there was nobody there to help him. But ordinarily, somebody is going to be there at the grocery store, and then they take everything out. So about 2 or 3 employees will come, get that stuff, and then rush it to the back so it doesn't thaw out. But check me out Mondays and Thursdays. I should be on Thursdays after 8. Hold on 1 second. So Thursdays after 8, check me out. Yeah, there was just no employees there. He was there after hours. So grocery stores, they have crews come in to clean the grocery store. They'll buff the floors and stuff like that, and they come in late at night. And then usually the guys that work on the ice, on the freezing cases and refrigeration cases, they come in and they'll work overnight as well. Not always, but it all depends on the store, what they want them to do. And with that, I thank you all for being here. Thank you all for contributing to the channel. And I'll check you guys out on Thursday. Later.
We are same, but different, but still same.
Be relentless. That's it. I'm done.
The answer to life's great mysteries. That man is Negrodamus.
You, sir.
The answer to life.